It's Bridgwater Carnival Day and Ryan is taking me down to the shed. Making a quick pit stop in McDonald's on the way down to get a coffee and then straight down to the cart to get it out of the shed. Quite quiet down there actually with vans. They must be finished. As we pull round, the doors open, ready to pull out of the shed. There are still a few bits and pieces left to do, and I get given the job of fitting the GU10s to the front of the tug. This is the most relaxed I've ever known Vagabonds on Bridgwater Carnival morning. Even Chunk's chilled out. The next job is to fit the mudguards on the back of the tractor to prevent anything from the road flicking back up onto the cart. Does it need to go up a bit?
Yeah, go up a bit. Sorry that, Trish. You can't get the start.
Because there's not much to do on the cart, we find something else to do. And we jazz up the mudguards in our green dragon theme, with a stencil that has been used on the cart.
Fancy stuff as well.
Might as well, won't we?
Oh, Jen, nothing like it.
Most important job. We always make sure that the cart is well swept underneath to avoid punctures from dropped screws. We also have mirror cams instead of mirrors this year, and before we leave the shed, they run a few tests.
What's that drill? Like, we had on 1200 last night, so we got to 800.
It's actually really calm down here this morning, and it seems a bit strange. It almost seems too calm. Normally, everyone's stressing, everyone's so tired. There was only a small handful of people that actually didn't go home last night, so that is almost unheard of. I'm just going to go for a quick walk down the lane because I just want to have a look at the trees and any obstacles that may be there when we come out. I know I do this every year, but you just never know. Walking back down now, and there's a couple of bits I'm a little bit concerned about. As long as I go slow and take my time, it should be fine. There's a few tight bits which are tight every year, so I'm aware of those. We'll see how it goes. There are a few last minute jobs that have been spotted, but it wouldn't be right if we didn't go to Parkway with a little bit of wet paint on the cart. Then we're finally ready to pull the tug out of the shed. Dad likes to do this first bit so that he can work out if there's any problems with the tug. Carnival carts come in 3 sections, and this first bit is the tug, based on a tractor unit which is a H-Reg Ford Cargo that has been modified to use as a carnival cart. They're just having a sweep up, and then I can get in with the tractor and pull the first trailer out. They give me the go-ahead and I can reverse back into the shed. The first trailer that I am picking up now is the main cart section.
Straight there, Jen. Go on, foot. Go on. 6 inches. Need a pen a minute.
Might help.
That's screwdriver.
No. Once the pin's in, safe and secure, we can attach the airlines.
They're moving their vans now.
I'm not sure if this is something to worry about. I'm hoping not. Because normally, Dad just disappears down the road and nowhere to be seen. Because he doesn't really like waiting, he just likes to get on. And I can't tell by anybody's face if there's a problem or if they're just tired.
Everything alright down there?
Yeah, they're waiting for you.
Oh,
For you, Jen.
I normally do that. What's wrong with him?
That's the first time ever you're going to put that on video. Dad waiting for me, first time ever.
And now that is on the video. Dad waiting for me for the first time ever. Even before I started moving, we knew that the cart was closer one side than the other. The cart is so wide that I cannot see down either side of the cart, so a few of them stand either side to watch me out. There are high platforms either side of the cart to help with cart building, which gives us not much room for error. And it's not long before I hear a shout from the back of the cart to tell me to stop.
You go out anyway.
I got loads of room.
Yeah, you got about 2 inches. You can get it that way.
Can I have a look?
Literally, to the land side, it's got like 2 inches, right?
Yeah.
So just drop the lock out, lock that wheel, because we don't have to jump over. We'll go that way. Right? Yeah, if she splits the brakes, locks that wheel, hill, he'll jump himself in there. Yes, he's going. Come on, Jam, keep going. He's going. Go on. Coming over now.
That side alright?
And it was going really well until I hear another shout. This time we're tight on the other side, and at this point I'm not sure whether it's just the portaloo or whether it's the side of the shed. It seems like at the moment it is just the portaloo, and I'm instructed to go again. It seems like we are quite close to the other side of the shed, so I just get out to have a quick look. One of the top sections is very close to the side of the shed, and to avoid damage at this point the only option is to take it back a little bit. And when you can't see where you're reversing into, good communication with the ground crew is crucial. And I must admit, it is nice to see a glimpse of a gap between the car and the shed.
Would we be better off?
We're going to take him off.
I was going to say, and then go straight, yeah.
You've got handbrake.
We've decided to put the handbrake on the trailer, unhitch, pull the hitch over, and then recouple so we can pull in a straight line.
Pinch forward a tiny bit, Jen. That's it, that'll do, Jen.
Once I'm unhitched, they get a strap set up so I can pull the hitch across.
A bit more. Get on. Just pull him round a bit, Jen. Come on, Jen. One. I do. A little bit, Jen. That's it, straight as you are. Whoa. Tiny bit more. Creep back. There he is.
Now that I've hitched up in a straight line, there should be no more issues.
Handbrake.
Straight, yeah, they're doing it. You watch that side, I'll see this side. It should be straight out. Hello.
Ready?
Yeah, go. Right a bit, Jam.
Finally, it's looking like it's coming out perfectly, which is such a relief, and with a bit of patience there's been no damage done. And although I've been the one driving it out, I could not have done it without the ground crew. Well, Dad got impatient and left. Dad has struggled getting down the lane with the tug, so they're going to take a few bulbs off and a few other bits, and we're putting back on when we get to Parkway. Carnival carts take a huge amount of dedication to build, and at this final stage we want to avoid any damage, so we do everything that we can to prevent it. We even appoint some emergency tree surgeons.
Right, are we ready?
I'm not going to fight. You're ready? Yeah, go on.
Getting the car out of the shed is just the first test. We now need to get it down the narrow lane. This is a job that I need to get exactly right to avoid damage. This trailer is the longest and biggest section of the car, and as much as I'm used to taking big trucks down narrow lanes in my day job, this feels like a different level. We can build the carts to 11 foot wide, which is 2.5 foot wider than the average UK truck, and over 5 foot wider than the average UK car. As you can see, I don't have much room down either side of the car on the narrow sections, and I need to get it dead central so that I avoid damaging the bulbs and paintwork. The only way to do this is very, very slowly, with plenty of communication with the ground crew, who are watching the bits that I can't see. The last little bit is very tight between a tree and a fence, but we seem to get through without a hitch. Lee gives me the thumbs up to say that we are through, and I am very happy that we've made it to the end of the lane. Turning this corner is one of my favourite bits to look back at. It's a bit where I see the side of the car for the first time on the road, and I think my smile says it all. The next section of the road is a lot wider, however there are some low trees, so when I hear a shout from the back I need to stop. Once we've done a bit of tree surgery and gone down to the end of the road, I pull up directly behind the tug. And this is the point where we unhitch the trailer to hitch it up to the tug. We take the airlines off and take the pin out, then I roll forward slightly so that the tow bar can drop to the floor, then I can reverse back over the tow bar to get out. At this point I leave them to hitch the tug up to the trailer, and I head back for the second trailer, commonly known to carnivalites as a generator trailer. For most clubs it is still the generator trailer where they keep the generator, and for us it's where we keep our generator. However, some clubs now have two smaller generators, one on the cart and one on the generator trailer.
That just in case.
Yeah.
Best to have a spare, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. How's it looking?
Right.
Straight back?
Well, come over to the right.
Put the side lights on.
We get all hitched up, ready to go as before, and I just check that the pipe that takes the exhaust fumes out the back of the shed has been disconnected, because one year we did forget. This trailer is not as long as the cart trailer and it comes out really well. Little Jessie is really impressed with the car.
Go on, go with Gemma.
Can you drive it? No.
Do you want to steer the steering wheel? Cheers, Jem.
No worries.
Jessie said that I look like Elsa, which I think is the biggest compliment that I can get from a young girl. Most of the people that you see on the video today would have had moments like that as a child. And for the people of Bridgwater and the surrounding areas, this is what cements our love for carnival from a very young age. Jessie will also grow up seeing her mum, dad, auntie, uncle and grandparents down at Vagabond Shed building the cart and out enjoying themselves at carnival socials. This is where she will meet other kids her own age within the club, and they will become lifelong friends. I myself feel very grateful to have grown up in this way. Luckily, pulling the generator trailer out of the shed hasn't taken as long as bringing the cart out, and at this point we're ready to head down to Parkway, where all the carts line up ready for possession. So this is a new roundabout that they've put in. This used to just be a T-junction. So hopefully we can get round. What we'll probably have to do is take the cart round the wrong way round the roundabout, and then I'm going to try to get the tractor and generator the right way round the roundabout just to see how it goes. Each club is given a time that they need to be down Parkway for, which will correlate with the number in the programme of where we are in the procession. We always give ourselves plenty of time to get to the end of the road, just in case things happen like they did today. Luckily, we only had a few small issues that were quite easy on the grand scheme of things to deal with. Dave is driving in the procession tonight and he takes the cart down to Parkway. Then I follow him with the tractor and generator trailer. I only just make it the right way round the roundabout, so I'm really glad that we took the cart round the wrong way round the roundabout. As we head down through, I spot somebody waving from a van, and it's Welly, who used to drive the cart for Vaggies years ago when I was a young girl, and we still used a tractor. This bit is one of my favourite parts of Bridgwater Carnival Day. Turning into the top of Parkway, past Vagabonds Bar that they put on for the day, where all the carnivalites gather from other clubs to see the carts come down through. For most carnivalites, this is the first glimpse to see what other clubs have built and how they've portrayed their theme. As I come down through, I spot Ryan with some of his family who are in Ramblers Carnival Club. We have to stop here, so Ryan pops over for a little chat.
Alright, I'll see you in a bit. I'll pop down in a bit.
Yeah. Alright.
Hopefully you'll be outside, what's it called? Pub.
Once we get moving, we head straight down through Parkway, and I spot lots of people that I know giving me a wave. The driver and vehicle standard agency are here to keep an eye on everything, and the VSO tech team, where normally they would weigh us in on weigh pads, but they don't seem to be doing that today. But I'm not really sure why they're not doing it, unless they are doing it further down. Once all the escort vehicles are out of the way, I pull up directly behind the cart.
Are we coupling up here, are we? Are we waiting?
No, in front.
Oh.
Your jockey wheel.
We haven't got the jockey wheel. But the wheel's only flat on the bottom.
That was you done that. I tried to stop you, just pulled it up and you're banning.
Manual. Sunny, you're right.
Right.
You're out here. Ready? I'll go that down now. Which way do you want to go?
Oh, I don't know now. He's given me an option. Am I better off going that way then?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I would, Jen, if I was you. There's a van over this side.
Yeah.
I now just need to back over the tow bar and I can make my way out. And it is a bit of a tight squeeze. Then I need to go and find somewhere to park the tractor.
How far down are we going?
Well,
We're literally out there.
just up there.
Where are you going now?
Well, I don't know. I need to get on the grass somewhere.
Going next to me.
Oh, is she? Oh, I'll pull in there then. Only Sarah behind me. She waits.
Luckily, there's a space on the grass just where we need to park, and there's enough space for one of the other vans as well. So what they're doing now is they're going to hitch up that and pull down.
Whoa!
Because the cart fully trained has 2 trailers and measures a total of 100 foot, we are not allowed to move the cart fully trained on public roads. The only time we are allowed to be fully trained is when there is a road closure, i.e. in procession, or on some carnivals they will close the road between the 2 carnivals so that we can travel the cart fully trained at night.
Right, out of the way, boys.
Once the cart is coupled up, we pull forwards to park behind the other carts that are already coupled up, so that there are no gaps in the procession lineup. And this is the first time we will see the cart fully trained out of the shed. And even though I have been around Carnival all of my life, it still amazes me to see it. It's a feeling that us Carnivalites wait for all year. And maybe it's because we change the theme every year, it's like looking at a totally different cart, even though underneath it is exactly the same. Vagabonds always take pride in the finish of their cart, and this year is no exception, even if we know that we're not in for a top prize.
Driving.
New Holland, is it a tractor?
Yeah.
A what?
There's a charger.
Massive Ferguson. Green ones.
John
Deere's, yay, that's right. Oh, not up there, it's a bit high. Once we're parked up, ready for procession, there are still a few things to do. And also, all the things that we took off to come down the lane need to be put back on. And that's all helped by a lovely lady who lives on Parkway, bringing us some roast potatoes. And Ryan's happy that we are quite close to the pub. The next job that we need to do is get the tractor and all the escort vehicles down to the end of procession, so that they are there waiting for us when we finish the carnival tonight. By doing this, I also get a glimpse of some of the other carts. I know what theme most of the Bridgwater clubs are doing, so I can make an educated guess of which club is which if I can't see the front, where the club name will be. Once we get to where the procession will end, I make sure the tractor is safe and secure, and we get a lift back down to the cart in one of the vans.
All okay? Suppose.
Woke up this morning and we're still here, so that's all right.
Have a good night.
Sometimes after the carnivals, we will sell some of our models to other clubs, and we spot some of our Egyptian ones from last year.
Yeah, it is, and they've got our they've got everything. Look, Beatles, everything.
That's better than what we did last year.
That's Limer there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Lima. That looks good.
Decent, isn't it?
Oh, that's Ramblers there.
Look at that.
That does look nice, doesn't it? Some good carts this year, mine.
Yeah. Good standard.
Once we get back, I get my dad some traditional Parkway fish and chips, which is a must on Bridgwater Carnival Day, and road crew captain Dan sorts out all the official paperwork that we need to do before procession. It's quite common in families to be in different clubs, so they all get photos taken together before the procession. We also have a new sound system this year, so earplugs are a must for the cart personnel. And one of the most important jobs is making sure all the cart personnel have secure harnesses so they don't fall off the cart. Everyone gets into the carnival spirit while the cart's being tested and the music is blaring, except for Sarah, who was apparently deep in thought about Christmas. Before we start, the club have a group photo and get G'd up ready to go on cart.
I was doing a video, but okay.
As the carts move down, we follow towards the start of procession, and it's looking like we could do with some front air on the tug. We're close to the start now, and everybody is getting very excitable, as this is the moment that we've been waiting for all year. The first corner onto Bath Road marks the start of procession, and everybody gets into the full swing of the routines and the characters of being in an Irish pub called the Green Dragon. As always, the pavements are packed with spectators, all wrapped up warm, waiting for the carnival, and some prepared with chairs. Some would have been waiting for hours, so that they got the best spot at the front. And for the people with houses or shops along the route, most will be having parties and be watching from the upstairs windows. As we head around Cornhill in the centre of Bridgwater, Dave is required to do some precision driving around the hairpin bend. The carts make it round this section with inches to spare, and with help from an experienced road crew, we make it round no problem. This is also the bit where the live stream is filmed on Bridgwater Carnival evening. A bit further up from here, we see a lot of the members, life members, VPs, and children of people on the cart, who are associated with Vagabonds Carnival Club, which gives everybody on cart a real boost as they're getting tired towards the end of procession. At the end of the procession, I need to break away, and even though I bumped into Andy Bennett from the BBC, I had to say I'm really sorry, but I've got to run, because if I didn't, I would have probably stood there for an hour and put the world to rights with him, as anybody would think he talked for a living. This is the bit now where I break away and I go and get the tractor ready to go and split down at junction 23. What I do at the end of procession is they will get everyone off the cart and pull down into this road, and then we'll get escorted by the police down to junction 23, and then we can split down. I hitch the tractor up to the generator trailer, which is the rear trailer, and then we can head down to Burnham-on-Sea. Normally we would go straight into the procession, but not this year, because Dad has something special planned for us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. A brake test at Keedwells.
What I am going to do quickly whilst I'm waiting for them to turn up, because I think they might be a little while waiting for other carts, I might get these airlines on. It's easier to hitch up down at junction 23.
The red line is the emergency line and the yellow line is the service line, and these will provide air to the trailer to make the brakes work. That's that done, and now I just have to wait for them to turn up. Although that's Sidval and they went that far in front of us. Harlequins. Dave is now here, and I'm going to just get out in front of him because we're not sure if Dave knows where he's going. We just need to pull down to the end of the road and wait for further instructions. We've just got to wait here for a police escort down to the compound at junction 23 where we split down. They're just clearing the traffic from the town at the moment. Once we get the go-ahead, we make our way slowly down to junction 23. All carts have trackers put on them so that they can tell our speed and whereabouts. This may seem a bit much, but it helps with our compliance and transparency. We go about getting the generator unhitched and we realise we have problems with some lights.
Where do you start?
You don't get involved with that department, do you?
Luckily, it was just a fuse that was found pretty quickly, and we set about getting the tractor hitched up to the generator.
Inch forward a bit, Jem. They're on the back of the cart now.
We attached the airlines that I prepared earlier, and the Susie for the lights. After a few little lighting issues and camera issues, we have got it all sorted, and we can go. Thank goodness. We head out of the car park and down the dark roads towards Burnham-on-Sea. Travelling between carnivals is the most difficult bit of driving a cart, trying to avoid trees and dealing with other road users who can sometimes be very impatient. And that's it, we're all parked up, ready for a brake test in Keedwells at 9 o'clock on Black Sunday morning. But for now, we're heading home for a much needed few hours sleep. Thank you for watching, and don't forget you can buy my merch at f28print.com, and there's some new editions ready for Christmas.